They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This defense for the Jets, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Second down, here's Mostert again. Nice little juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
38.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
52.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll try and run here with Mostert. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. They'll try it now with Mostert. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion, and defensively pure frustration. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Channing Tindall is there for the tackle.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson, he finds his man, complete. It's Wilson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. The Jets are the perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. But they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Open man is Denzel Mims. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards, the final tally.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Well, they're sending out an early memo that points are not going to be easy to come by in this one. A block here in the opening quarter. What a block it was.
I love how you talked about sending out a memo. I know of one special teams coach who leaves a note in the lockers of guys he wants on his special teams. A direct invitation to them. He wants them to have the pride in what they're doing. This group showed it right there. A big effect on this game.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Jets will take over here just shy of the 30.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They go play action with Wilson. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Byron Jones getting to him from the secondary. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And he's got some space here. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Extra point up and good from Santoso. And it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
97.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Let's go now. Cycle.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Ready?
Here's Mostert. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line.
That's good hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
Ready?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. One more time with Mostert. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Here we go,
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Drill 52.
In motion left, the tight end. They'll run with Mostert. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. Let's think here. You're still just in the second quarter. You taking the 3 points?
I am taking the 3 points, and I'm just relying on my defense here. Show me I have a little confidence in them, and let the offense know, nice try. Come back next time. We'll go get 6 then, but for now, we'll take the 3.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Wilson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And that makes our score 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
2nd down, this is Wilson. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
In motion comes the tight end left.
Steal! Check steal!
On 3rd down, here comes Mostert. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Down!
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Yellow, go.
On 2nd down, Mostert. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
Hey, blue. Blue, go.
Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Wilson fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Here we go.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Hey.
Again, Wilson. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line. He got maybe a half yard at most, but eventually they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. As he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And Ryan Santoso on now to try the field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Up and good for Santoso, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way into field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides to be thrilled with that.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Now Wilson. Got a man. It's Mims. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
In motion right is Wilson. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Ready?
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this third down.
Yellow, 1. Red. Hey,
in motion, Hill. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
On 3rd and 1, Wilson. Who dumps this one off here to Hall. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's the Jets punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
red, cycle.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week,
You're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. Let's take it inside his own 40. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And the Jets will take over.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has...
And my goodness, another interception. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll send the tight end in motion left. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first. They'll run straight ahead with Wilson. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Play action, now it's Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained. So they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Ready. Watch 6. Set.
On play action, here's Tua. They'll roll him out right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Quick, yellow. Hey, cross field. Yellow.
In motion left is Wilson.
Hey,
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
opposite, green. Check right. Check pitch. Set.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this day, has got to be priority 1.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. In motion, Hill.
Green back. 6 seconds.
On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second-half blowout material. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.